Hello and welcome to the Selzy channel. Today I'm going to show you around our new email builder and give you a quick rundown of its most distinct features. Whether you're just starting out or looking to sharpen your skills, this video will give you lots of useful insights. So stay tuned and let's get started. When you decide to use our new email builder, you will be given a choice of whether to use the gallery of pre-made, pre-designed, responsive email templates, or to start from scratch. Today, just for the sake of demonstration, we will start from scratch to show you what our email builder is capable of. This is your working space, the dashboard that you will use to build your emails. Now, there are two entities you can use to build your emails from. These are blocks and elements. Blocks can be empty or already filled with content. Today, we will combine two sets of entities. We will build emails both from blocks, whether empty or pre-made, and elements. So let's start with a pre-made block. Let's use this header, drag it here. Then let's go for empty blocks, choose this one, and duplicate it once and twice. Let's go to elements, add the image to the first empty block, header text to the second one, and normal text to the third one. Back to blocks, back to common blocks. Here, let's go, for example, for e-commerce blocks. I'll choose this one. You can either drag it or just click on it, and it will be added right here. And to finish the structure of our email, let's go for a footer. I think I'll use this one. So here we go. The structure, the basic structure of our email is ready, but now we also need to stylize it a bit, because as you can see, when we used the empty blocks and fill them with elements, the background remains the same. Oh, before we go for the styles, I just want to talk about the hierarchy of the elements. It's pretty simple, but it's worth mentioning. So for example, when I click on the element, here in the lower half of the screen, you can see the breadcrumbs. Picture, element, column, block, group, and email. This is just how each element is wrapped into each other. So picture is wrapped into an element is wrapped into a column is wrapped into a block is wrapped into a group, and group is wrapped into the email. So just by going from the lower to the top, you will be able to set different entities of the email. Now, as we've built our structure of the email, we need to add some style to it. So first of all, I like to begin with the margins of the empty blocks that we used and filled with elements. As you can see, the margins are really big, 30px. So there are two ways to actually change the size of the margins. You can just manually drag them, or you can click on the element and go to the padding section. By default, you will be able to set paddings for both horizontal, so left and right, or for vertical, for up and bottom. But if you want to set them separately, you just click individual padding, and here left, right, top, and bottom. I don't want the bottom one to be 0, but I don't also want it to be 30, so I'll just set it at 15. It's okay. The same goes for this block here, but as you can see, there's a padding for the block and for the element. It sets the same way, there's no difference. So let's begin with the block first. I'll just again go for the 15 for both of them, for the top and the bottom. And as for the element, here you can see they are set differently. 20 at the top, 10 at the bottom, 0 on the left and 0 on the right. So I'll just go for 10 at the top just for the symmetry. And we'll do the same for the text. 15. And that's okay, if you ask me. The same goes for side paddings here. You can just draw it like that. But what if I want to change the style of the whole email, not just one element or one block? Well, it can be done here in the Styles tab. Just go here, and here you're met with two tabs, Global Styles and Content Styles. Global Styles take the email as a whole. You can set its width. You can choose whether you want your email to be responsive or not. And you can set the email background color and content background color. I want it to be white. I don't want anything, bizarre. So yeah, white is okay. It's clean. And yes, you can also set image as your background. Now, as for the content styles, here you can set the style of the content for the whole email. For example, you can set the style of the text in your email in order not to go, click on every piece of the text, change everything here, then you go here, change everything here on the button, in the footer. No, you just go here, you just go to the styles, to the content styles, and you choose the font. For example, you can choose whether it is a safe font. There are not so many of those, but they will work on any email client, on any device, or Google font if you want to go fancy, if you want to add some more design flow to your email. So yeah, for example, I just want to go serif, and let's go Merriweather regular for the text. And as you can see here, it changed. I can also set the size. For example, I want it a tad bigger. I can also set the line height, the color. Maybe I want it black so it looks crisp on the white background. And the bottom padding of the general text. So here it is. Here you can see the bottom padding. I can change it a tad bit. I can change it a bit. For example, I want it 15. The same goes for the headings. Well, maybe I want it to be Montserrat and semi-bold. Here it's semi-bold, it's not Montserrat. I want it also to be a tad bigger. And it's black already. Well, maybe I want it dark blue, for example. Here it is. You can also set your text to be bold or italics. And you can also set the style of every link. You can change the color of the links and whether they are underlined or not. Buttons can also be set just the same way. You can change this, the font style. For example, let's go for this one. You can change the font size of the button. You can do it bold, italics, change the color. You can change the alignment. The same goes for the text in each element. I'll show you it a bit later. You can change the alignment. You can change the paddings, the background color, for example, a bit darker. You can set the border, set its width, whether it's solid, dashed, or dotted, and where the borders will be located, above, below, on the left, on the right, or around. Same goes for the border radius and for the top and lower margins. Now, as for alignment, you can go to any text element and set it separately. Centered, right, or justified, or to the left. Doesn't matter. And the same goes here. It's all can be set manually. Now, this is what we can say about the style of the text, but what about the style of the images? Well, to show you this, we will go a bit further. So, as for the images, there are 3 ways to add an image to your email. So we click on the element and we go here, And here are the choices. We can upload our own image from our device or add a URL if your image is stored on an FTP server. We can resort to stock images or stock GIFs, or the most interesting way is to generate an AI image. Well, we got the coffee themed image, so I think for a banner we can go for a coffee shop. Let's go for a coffee shop. We can also set the style. Let's go for the cartoon style. And I think that's it, but we can add a bit more details if we want to. It doesn't matter. You can also add the level of details you want to see, the aspect ratio. Maybe you can name an artist in whose style you want the image to be generated. It will all go here. Yeah, you don't have to know how to prompt. The prompts transform automatically. So all you have to do is just write what you want to see and push the enter button. So yeah, this is what it gave us. I'll go with it. I'm fine with it, just for the sake of demonstration. Of course, I could play with it a bit more, but it's fine. We can also edit the image. To do it, just click on the edit button and we get into the image editor. We can add a filter here. For example, we can do it grayscale or black and white. We can resize it just for the sake of the size of the image if it is too big for your email, if you don't want the email to be clipped. We can also crop it. For example, there's a custom way, just by drawing these. Or we can go for a square, 4:3, 6:9, you name it. I want it a bit more portrait. We can draw something on it. I don't want, but yeah, just for the sake of demonstration. Add a text. Choose the text font, the color, the background, the opacity. Everything can be set here. Add some shapes. Stickers. Again, anything. You can add a frame, even a frame to it. Set the corners, whether you want them round, and the radius of them. And you can merge the image. So I'll go with these changes I've applied. Yeah, that's it. And you can also resort to a text AI assistant. So just in order to use it, don't forget to save the email. Only then it will be available. Go here and hear what it can do. It can generate subject lines and pre-headers. It can become a translator, a copywriter, a proofreader, a marketer, a psychologist, and it can even generate the whole email. But we will have a separate video dedicated to this subject, so stay tuned, subscribe not to miss this video. Here I want to show you this one. It's just a subject line and pre-header generator. It will analyze the content of the email and give you several options. And you don't even need to, highlight everything, copy and paste. No, you just click. And here it goes, right into the subject. And the same goes for the pre-header. And you don't have to use like two of each set. Like you can combine them, you can mix them, all to your liking. So here it is. You don't even need to come up with these, because I know these can be sometimes really, really difficult to create. So this is it for the images and for the AI functions. Of course, besides the email generation, again, we'll talk about it in a separate video. We can also access the code of the email directly from the builder. To do it, we just need to go to the code mode, and here it is. You can edit it right here or copy it and use it somewhere for a test maybe. And we can also set the display of each element to mobile or desktop only. So what does it mean? Well, for example, we have this banner and I don't want it to be shown on the mobile phones. So I go here to the direction and display control and choose desktop. So it's only displayed on the desktop. How to check it out? Well, just go to the mobile view. Here you see, it disappeared. Or vice versa, if I want to see it only on mobiles, again, choose the mobile here. It disappears on the desktop and it appears in the mobile view. And by default, the display is set for both desktop and mobile. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you found something useful in this video. Like, share, subscribe, and wait for more videos to come.